Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're going to be talking about A Quiet Place 2, which we haven't really talked about too much on this channel just because there hasn't been a whole lot of updates. Like the release date did get changed to an earlier date now. It is coming out on May 28th, which is a lot more exciting. But today we actually have the final trailer. The actual final trailer, not the 2020 final trailer that is very confusing to some people, especially to myself when I looked up the trailer for today. I'm going to be talking about that and breaking it down here in just a second, but first I'm going to need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description below. Alright, now let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I'm Pennywise and Clown.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
You son of a...
God, don't do that.
But sometimes that is better.
So breaking down this trailer real quick here, there's not like a whole bunch of new stuff. We actually get a lot of shots from the other trailers again within this trailer, but there is like a few new things we actually do get to see here. One of the most perplexing things about the whole trailer is we see John Krasinski at the very beginning, his character from the film. Of course, this is a flashback from when this like crazy apocalypse just started off. He goes into that convenience store from like the beginning of the first film, but like, you know, before the monsters like really started attacking their town. And he goes and buys a bunch of oranges and I think some beer. Who goes to the convenience store for just oranges and beer, bro? Maybe it was like Blue Moon, you know? Like, don't you drink Blue Moon with the fucking, the orange slice on it? I don't know, man. That really bugs me a little bit, honestly. I don't know why, but it did. Honestly, I think the beginning of this trailer was just like to show like, hey, here's a bunch of crazy sounds that are scary because we're in a world where sounds can kill you. Like we get the bell when the door opens, we get like, he rips out the bag and it's really loud and he puts oranges in there, you know, like typical grocery shopping. Not to say you shouldn't eat oranges though. Those are very good for you. Beer, maybe not so much though. One shot that's really interesting that we haven't seen before though is we actually see Emily Blunt's character with her remaining children that are still alive. That's kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen the first film. We see them get to the end of a sand path that they've created and they like take another step and then they just keep walking, which I think is like really cool and like symbolic to like what this movie's all about. Really the only other cool shot from this trailer, like there's a few other new scenes but nothing really like too noteworthy. The other really cool thing though is at the very end of the trailer we see Emily Blunt's character like escaping from like one of the monsters that's coming after her and she like goes to close like this big like circular like metal door. I don't even know like this, I think they're like maybe in the sewers or something. She goes to close it and the thing just like just whips it open. So maybe she gets attacked. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it was really suspenseful and you're like, oh my god, when you see it for the first time. I really liked the first A Quiet Place. I felt like a lot of people judged it too harshly. Like a lot of people didn't like that there was no dialogue, there was a lot of subtitles, and I think those are the people who have just never watched a foreign film before with subtitles. Like Train to Busan is a good example of that. Like I've seen that like 6 or 7 times now and like you always watch it with subtitles, you know? It's like it's the same thing with these movies. Something I would like to see in this new movie though is just like more people getting their heads chopped off. I mean, like I'm not asking for too much here. I mean, I know the film is going to be PG-13, so it's like it's not going to be super bloody or super gory, but like man, I would just love to see someone get ripped to shreds by one of these monsters. It's a big missed opportunity in my opinion. We are going to see how like the whole like apocalypse started in this world, so I'm thinking we're definitely going to see like a bunch of people get obliterated, hopefully at the beginning of this movie in flashbacks. That would be really cool. Like I would love to see like how this whole thing started and like people didn't even know what was going on is kind of what it seems like from the trailer. Also, something else to talk about here is that A Quiet Place 3 is currently in production. Like they are already working on that, so like obviously some of our characters, like they have to survive, right? Some of them are going to survive and go on to this next movie that is happening. I would love for them to bring back John Krasinski somehow. I mean, like, they're bringing him back in flashbacks, but, like, what are they gonna do for the next movie? Like, are we gonna have more flashbacks to, like, before this thing even started? I don't know. It sucks that they killed him off in the first movie. I mean, it's a great scene. It's very, like, emotional and heartfelt, but it's just like, what are we gonna do now for this franchise of films? Like, you probably didn't think they were gonna make a franchise off of this, and now it's like, oh, it's this huge, like, phenomenon. It would be cool to bring him back, but, like, at the same time, it would kind of make that sacrifice, like, not all that, you know, heartfelt, I guess. Like, he didn't really kill himself to save his daughter, I guess, so I don't know. I would like to see him back somehow, but like at the same time, it's like I don't know if I want to bring his character back to life through some kind of BS. I hope that they have a plan with this third film and it's not just like, hey, we're gonna make a bunch of money from the second film, so let's cash in on a third one. I want to see like some more world building on top of that. Let's see like them beat these monsters somehow. Like why don't we do that? We never see that in apocalypse movies, where like the humans actually overall win and take over, and like the apocalypse is over. We can go back to civilization. Not in like a film horror franchise. You know, it's always like if it's an apocalypse franchise, it's like we're just gonna keep surviving throughout this apocalypse the whole time and maybe get closer to a solution, but they never actually get there. I would like to see that in this franchise, and I think that would be really cool. Now that they know how to actually kill and destroy these monsters, let's get there. You know, let's get there by the end of the third movie. I think we could do that. Overall though, I was a little underwhelmed by this trailer. It wasn't a whole bunch of new stuff, nothing really to go off here. But what do you guys think about the new trailer? Are you excited for A Quiet Place 2, or are you like, yeah, I liked the first one, but like, we don't really need a second one? I wouldn't argue against that. Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this video on A Quiet Place Part 2. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Check out A Quiet Place 2 this Memorial Day weekend on May 28th. I'm very excited to see this thing. It's only in theaters though, which is kind of a letdown for some people who are like, you know, obviously very prone to, you know, schmovid. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Just look up KillJoy Jake and I'll come up. Check out my second channel, Movie Smoothie, where I review everything that isn't horror. You can check that out by going to my little channels tab on my page here, and hopefully you subscribe. Don't forget to support me on Patreon as well. You can listen to my podcast, that way you can see some of my videos a day early, which is really cool. The link for that is in the description below. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.